Even in 2025, the AM4 platform is far from outdated. While it's not the newest socket on the market, it still delivers a ton of value for anyone upgrading an older build or putting together a budget-friendly gaming PC. From smooth gameplay to streaming and even some heavier workloads, AM4 CPUs continue to hold their own. In this video, we'll highlight 5 of the best AM4 processors you can buy right now, breaking down their strengths, who they're best suited for, and what you can expect. No fluff, just straightforward advice to help you pick the right CPU. You'll find links to all the options mentioned in the description below. Number 5 is the Ryzen 5 5500X3D. This chip is one of the more surprising additions to the AM4 lineup. It's built on the same Zen 3 architecture as the rest of the 5000 series, but what sets it apart is the 96 megabytes of L3 cache, thanks to AMD's 3DV cache technology, the same cache size found on the higher-end 5800X3D. That extra memory gives this 6-core, 12-thread CPU far better gaming performance than you'd expect, especially in titles that thrive on large cache sizes, like competitive shooters and simulation games. The base speed sits at 3.0 GHz, with boosts up to about 4.2 GHz. While those aren't the fastest clocks on this list, efficiency is excellent, and with a 65-watt TDP, it's easier to cool than most higher-end chips. Since it works with the majority of AM4 motherboards, it also keeps upgrade costs low. The main drawback is availability. It's sold as an OEM chip in many regions, so you'll usually need to buy it through a pre-built system or find one secondhand. It also doesn't include a cooler, which adds to the total build cost. And while it's not made for heavy multitasking or productivity work, gamers on a budget will appreciate just how close it gets to 5800X3D level performance without the premium price tag. For that reason, the 5500X3D is one of the best hidden gems for AM4 in 2025. Number 4 is the Ryzen 5 5600X. This chip has been one of the most popular choices for AM4 builds since launch, and it still holds up really well in 2025. With 6 cores and 12 threads on the Zen 3 architecture, it runs at 3.7 GHz base and boosts up to 4.6 GHz. That means excellent single-core performance, making it a great fit for modern gaming, especially if you're chasing high frame rates at 1080p or 1440p. At just 65 watts, it's power efficient and runs cool, which is a big plus. AMD also includes the Wraith Stealth Cooler in the box, saving you money if you're on a tighter budget or don't want to buy an aftermarket cooler right away. In terms of performance, the 5600X can still deliver smooth gameplay across the board, and it pairs really well with GPUs like the RX 6700XT or RTX 4060 Ti. For productivity, it handles everyday tasks with no issue, though it's not designed for heavier workloads like rendering or 3D modeling. What makes this CPU especially attractive right now is the price. Discounts and bundle deals often make it one of the cheapest entry points into Zen 3 without giving up much in performance. Plus, with broad compatibility across AM4 motherboards, upgrading is straightforward. Overall, the Ryzen 5 5600X is still a safe, reliable, and budget-friendly option for gamers who want efficiency and value. Number 3 is the Ryzen 9 5900X. If you want an AM4 processor that can pretty much do it all, this is the one to beat. Based on AMD's Zen 3 architecture, it packs 12 cores and 24 threads, running at 3.7 GHz base and boosting up to 4.8 GHz. That core count makes it one of the most versatile CPUs in the AM4 lineup, giving you both excellent multitasking and smooth gaming performance. With 64 megabytes of L3 cache and a 105-watt TDP, it does need a quality aftermarket cooler since no stock cooler is included. Under heavy workloads like rendering or compiling, it can get warm, so solid airflow is a must. When it comes to gaming, the 5900X delivers impressive results, especially when paired with high-end GPUs. While it may lose a step to the 3D V-Cache models in some titles, it still pushes strong frame rates at both 1440p and 4K. For streamers and content creators, it shines, letting you game and encode at the same time without dropping frames. What really boosts its appeal in 2025 is the price. Often dropping below $300, it offers workstation-level productivity alongside excellent gaming without forcing an upgrade to AM5. In short, the Ryzen 9 5900X isn't the cheapest option, and it runs a little hot, but if you want all-around performance on AM4, it's still one of the best choices you can make. Number 2. The Ryzen 7 5700X3D. AMD added this chip late in the AM4 cycle, and it's clearly aimed at gamers who want top-tier performance without moving to AM5. It brings 8 cores and 16 threads on the Zen 3 architecture, but the real highlight is the massive 96 megabytes of 3D V-Cache, the same feature that powers the more expensive 5800X3D. Now, its clock speeds are a bit lower, with a 3.0 GHz base and up to 4.1 GHz boost. But thanks to the extra cache, the performance difference in actual gameplay is surprisingly small. In many titles, the 5700X3D comes within 5 to 10% of the 5800X3D, all while coming in at a slightly better price. It does have a 105-watt TDP and no stock cooler in the box, so you'll want a decent aftermarket solution to get the best out of it. Paired with GPUs like the RTX 4070 Super or RX 7800 XT, this CPU shines, especially at 1080p and 1440p with high refresh rates. While it's not the best choice for heavy productivity tasks or content creation due to its lower clocks, that's not really what it's designed for. The Ryzen 7 5700X3D is all about gaming performance, and for AM4 users, it's one of the strongest options you can buy without spending flagship money. Number 1. The Ryzen 7 5800X3D. At the top of our list sits the Ryzen 7 5800X3D, and it's easy to see why. This 8-core, 16-thread processor uses AMD's Zen 3 architecture, but what really sets it apart is the 96 megabytes of 3D V-Cache. That extra cache dramatically boosts gaming performance by improving frame pacing, latency, and responsiveness, especially in CPU-heavy titles. Even though its clock speeds are modest at 3.4 GHz base and 4.5 GHz boost, the cache makes all the difference. In fact, the 5800X3D still goes head-to-head with, and sometimes even outperforms, newer CPUs from AMD's Ryzen 7000 series and Intel's 13th gen lineup when it comes to real-world gaming. If you're targeting high refresh gaming at 1080p or 1440p, this CPU consistently delivers some of the best numbers you can get on AM4. It does carry a 105-watt TDP and ships without a cooler, so you'll want a decent aftermarket solution to keep temperatures under control. That said, it's efficient enough that a good air or liquid cooler will handle it without trouble. Now, this isn't the chip for heavy productivity workloads like rendering or scientific computing. That's not its purpose. But for gaming, the 5800X3D remains the undisputed king of AM4 in 2025. With prices hovering between $250 and $280, its performance per dollar is hard to beat. And that wraps up our list of the best AM4 CPUs still worth buying in 2025. Whether you're upgrading an existing build or putting together a budget-friendly rig, there's an option here that fits. If you found this roundup useful, hit the like button, subscribe for more, and let us know in the comments which CPU you're going with. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.